Hi, this is Wayne Belisle. A common question I receive from business owners is on QuickBooks is how to handle customer prepayments, especially if they've worked with me because I'm a strong believer in getting customer prepayments in order to improve cash flow. But how do you set this up in QuickBooks is a problem. So you want to be able to track what do we want to accomplish? It's always what you want to talk about first when you're dealing with QuickBooks. Well, we want to be able to track the customer payment, the prepayment. We want to provide the customer with a receipt when they prepay. We want to give the customer credit when the work is complete. We don't want to pay sales tax until the job is complete. We want to make sure our receivables is cleaned up at the end. So let's talk about that. Here's the basic thing. So the first thing you want to do is from the home page, open up your chart of accounts and make sure you have an account, and it would be in the other current liabilities that says customer prepayment. And I don't see one, so we're going to set one up. Remember the easy way to do that? Right click, say new. We're going to set it up as an other current liability. Excuse me. And we're just going to call that customer deposit. Okay. No big deal. Say save and close. So we now have an account called other customer deposits. Excuse me. The next step too is you want to make sure that you go to the item list. And let's click on the item list. Remember, the item list is where you put what you sell, what you collect, all kinds of things. It's how the computer communicates. So let's put a new one in here. We don't really want to do that. Let's get rid of that. All right. We're going to set this up as a service. All right. Let's set it up and let's call it a customer deposit, something easy. No big deal. We'll just put a description you want to have on the invoice. Let's just call it customer prepayment of, and I said of, and going to leave the rate blank because we don't know what it is, but let's make sure this is important. Make it non-taxable. Then what you do is you link this up with the account we just set up, which was customer deposits. All right, that's pretty important. So let's say OK at this point. So now at this point we're going to come in and you can either create an invoice, or I personally, since we're going to collect some money, just rather skip that step and just say create a sales receipt. So I'm going to collect, now if it's a new customer, you can create a new customer, but let's just pick, Christy Abercrombie. And she came in and she's going to have some work done or whatever. And let's say, customer prepayment on, and we can put whatever we want on new edition. I think this one is sample rock house construction company, but whatever it is you're selling, it doesn't really matter. So new edition, we're going to say we took a, let's say we took a $2,500 down payment. All right. So one of the reasons I like this is because I can print it, I can email it, I can do whatever I want. But we're going to say how it was paid. Don't forget. So we're going to say that we received a check, stick in the check number 2533. We're just making up a check number, and hit enter and record, or record down below. Now, what has happened? Well, for starters, let's not forget. Let's go back so you can see that receipt again. I can print this. I can make this to be printed. I can email it to them. Make sure it does say non-taxable. It should. It doesn't really matter because this is a non-taxable item. Forget this part here. But this part up here, make sure that says non-taxable. But if you set it up right, it should. All right. So I can, receive the money and give the customer a receipt, which is part of what we wanted to do first of all. Now, you're going to do your normal accounting after that. You're going to go to the undeposited funds, record deposits, and whoops, it opened on the other page. Let's bring it over here. And you're going to notice there's the $2,500. There's some other stuff out there, but let's not worry about that right now. There's the $2,500. It's assuming today's date is in the future. It's a sample company. And we can record it at this point, put it whatever checking account we want to, doesn't matter, and everything is fine. If I go to the customer, I'm going to be able to see on Abercrombie, there was a payment right here. It's a sales receipt, and I can see, if I click on that, there it is. There's my customer prepayment. Now, next step is we've done the work. So at the end, we're going to come in here and we finished the addition. So we're going to create an invoice for old Christy Abercrombie. We're going to pick her, and yeah, there's an estimate out there, but let's not confuse things here. Let's just come in here, pick something. We don't want an inventory part, so we want to get to, I don't know, their service. Here we go. Um, doesn't really matter what we pick. We'll just say it's a repair. It's really not. Let me see if I can find something a little better. Well, they got it separated. I would have my own, but let's say it's labor. Completion of, installation, room addition or whatever the heck I called it on the other one. All right, and we'll put whatever our rate is, $5,000. Well, at this point here, they don't owe me $5,000, so we're going to grab that customer deposit code and we're going to put that in as a minus $2,500. Now, by the way, before we get there, I want you to see something. Let's go to the chart of accounts and let's open that customer deposit account. See, what's kind of cool is she's there. See, I can see who's out there and what they owe me and the whole thing. I can print this. I can make a report. I can export it to Excel. I can sort it by customer if I want to. No big deal. But let's go back to my invoice real fast. So I'm giving them credit. They basically, and I don't like the way that's turning out because it's giving me the exact amount. So let's make this 6,000. So you can see it's a not. Now this can be taxable if I want it to be. I can say this is a taxable item, and it's going to tax the whole thing. It should anyways. Let's do some simple math. There used to be a calculator up here. Well, I don't have a calculator up here. Let's add a calculator and get a freebie here. What you do is you customize the icon bar. Come up here, you can get rid of what's here, but what we're going to do is we're going to hit add, and we're going to add a calculator. Little bonus to this lesson. All right, and it's on the end. We can clean that up and get it later. So we're going to grab the icon that calculator picks up, and what I want to see is, does it take it times, and we really should check everything. And there it does. See, 7.75% of the $6,465. So if this was a taxable service, I'm not paying tax until the whole job's done. Now they owe me. Why do they owe me $39.65? Well, they owe me the $6,000 minus the $2,500 plus the sales tax, so they owe us $39.65. So I can easily just save and close that. Now, if you notice, here we're back on our customer deposit. Let's not confuse you. Go to the chart of accounts, pick up the customer deposit thing, and you notice we've zeroed it out. So we can get rid of that. We'll get rid of our chart of accounts for the moment. If we go back to our customer center, we have the invoice. If we go here, that's our invoice we just created. It has the sales receipt with the deposit. And, now you would just finish the way it normally is. What we last step of this is to receive payment. So at some point, old Abercrombie Christie is going to come in and pay this invoice. So we're going to put in $39.65. Say she used a check, so no big deal. And we record it. The last step, let's get out of here, is to record the deposit, and it's sitting right there. We go OK. We put it in our bank account and we say done, and everything is finished. One thing you can check, you go over here, you check your receivables. If I do an AR aging, oh, Christie's gone. It's not like it's hanging out there. And that's a problem a lot of people have, is that it's hanging out there. So it's really not very hard. Remember, just kind of follow the article, follow this video. And when you're done, you'll take something that really drives people crazy and fix it very easy. Now you too can be a QuickBooks expert, at least in this field. So, hey, have a great day, and let's keep those cash registers ringing and make 2013 our best year ever. Thank you very much.